Confidence isn't just something you're born with, it's something you build. In a baseball where failure is a part of the game, your ability to stay confident can make or break your performance. That's where mental skills training comes in. We're going to focus on one of the most powerful tools you can use to take control of your mindset, self-talk. From the outside, it might look something like you talking to yourself, but on the inside, you're training your brain to stay locked in, respond to pressure, and believe in your ability. Whether you're on the mound, in the box, or recovering from a tough play, what you say to yourself matters. And the great thing is, self-talk is a skill you can train, just like your swing or your mechanics. Let's break it down and show you how to build your real confidence from the inside out. There's a moment right before every at-bat that's completely yours. You're in the on-deck circle, you've taken your swings, you've watched the pitcher, now it's quiet. And it's just you walking up to the plate. That walk, that short distance, is where your mindset either locks in or starts to spiral. That's where the training tool verbal affirmations comes into play. Verbal affirmations are short, powerful statements that remind you of who you are, what you've trained for, and what you're capable of. This can be things like, I'm built for this, I belong here, or trust your swing. I use verbal affirmations in the bullpen before I go into games. I'll say, I've put the work in, or I'm ready. It centers me, it gets rid of the doubt, and brings my focus to the moment. You don't have to say them out loud, and they don't need to be complicated. What matters is repetition. You train your body through reps. This is how you train your mind. So next time you're walking to the plate or stepping onto the mound, give yourself something to believe in. Make affirmations part of your routine, and let that inner voice work for you, not against you.
Yeah, I was like in my head, I was saying, I'm built for this. I can do this. He can't beat me. And, just stuff, I'm sure you've done it before too. Like you're just in a big moment and you're telling yourself that I've worked for this. I've prepared for it. I've prepared better than he has, so I'm going to win.
Motivational self-talk is one of the most powerful tools a college baseball player can use, because when the game speeds up, when the pressure's on, your mindset can be the difference between striking out or coming through clutch. Using short, punchy phrases like drive, explode, or let's go right in the middle of a play can give you the extra push to go all out. It's not just hype, it's focus, it's energy, and when it's about taking control of the moment. Before a tough inning or a high-pressure rep, I'll say things like, lock in, win this pitch, or let's go to work here. It's short, it's sharp, and it gets my mind in the right place. That kind of talk helps me reset and bring full intent to whatever comes next. And we're not alone in this. Alex Bregman, one of the top hitters in baseball, says that when he steps in the box, he tells himself, I'm the greatest hitter in baseball. That's not ego, that's confidence. It's belief, and it's something every player can build. That voice in your head, what you say to yourself in the biggest moment, it matters. You either let doubt creep in, or you can choose to speak with purpose. Talk yourself up, remind yourself of your training, your purpose, your mindset. Use your words to compete.
When I'm walking to the batter's box, I'm thinking that I'm the best hitter on the planet of Earth. And when I strike out or get a hit or do whatever, if I homer, if I get out, whatever, the next at bat when I'm walking to the batter's box, I'm thinking I'm the best hitter on planet Earth. And in baseball, it's such a game of failure. You're going to fail so many more times than you succeed that you have to continually refresh and hit the refresh button at every single at bat and move on to the next pitch. So I think every baseball player goes about it a different way. A lot of them will be very quiet. They won't say anything. A lot of people are outspoken. But at the end of the day, I think every baseball player in the big leagues believes they're the best player there.
This is one of the most important moments in the at-bat, and most people watching the game won't even notice it. You just stepped out of the box, maybe you chased a pitch, maybe you were late, maybe you're just frustrated. It doesn't matter what just happened. What matters is what happens next. Your mind wants to run, it wants to replay the last pitch, think about your swing, or worry about the count. That's when you take control, and that's where thought stoppage comes into play. Right now, as you stare into your bat, you're not just collecting your breath, you're using a mental cue to interrupt the noise. You're saying to yourself, reset, let it go, be here. Something short, something purposeful, and something that you've trained yourself to rely on. That stare into your bat becomes more than just a look, it becomes a signal, a trigger that shifts your focus from the mistake behind you to the pitch ahead of you. You've trained your swing, your load, your timing, but have you trained your mindset? This is your rep. Right here, in between pitches, you breathe, you say your phrase, and you get your mind back to neutral. It doesn't have to be perfect. The thought might still be there, but the goal is to not let it take over. Thought stoppage helps you let it go so you don't carry failure into the next pitch. You're giving yourself a clean mental slate, one pitch at a time, and this only works if you practice it. You can't wait until you're frustrated in the box. You've got to rehearse it in bullpens, in BP, during dry reps, so when the moment hits in a real game, it's already built in. So next time things start to spiral, step back, look at your bat, find your breath, say your reset word, and remind yourself you're still always in control.
How you carry yourself. It's the classic case of the kid that's in there and he swings at his pitch and he misses and he bangs the bat and then he strikes out on the changeup. Versus the kid, he's in there, swings at his pitch, misses it, bangs the bat, comes back, timeout. Who are you going to bet on?
Yeah,
It's a no-brainer.
absolutely.
For the parents, how your child works the process. Did they recognize? Now, just because they take that breath, it doesn't mean they're going to get a hit, drive in two, and be a hero. This isn't Disneyland. This is the real world, okay? But as a parent, you can validate your son or your daughter for the way they went about it and gave themselves the best opportunity for success.
Verbal affirmations, motivational self-talk, thought stoppage. On the surface, they might seem like small tools, just words, just mental habits. But in reality, when you use them consistently and intentionally, they can completely change how you compete under pressure. Affirmations are about building belief before the moment happens. They give you a mental foundation, a steady voice reminding you that you've done the work and you're ready. Motivational self-talk is what pushes you through the moment. It brings out your energy, your focus, your grit when the game gets tight. And thought stoppage, that's your reset button. It's how you stay composed, how you clear mistakes and get your mind back to where it needs to be when things go sideways. And here's what most people don't realize. At the college level, and especially once you get to the elite level, everyone has talent. Everyone is strong, fast, skilled, and competitive. But the ones who separate themselves, the ones who thrive in big moments, who rise instead of crumble, they've trained their minds just as much as they train their bodies. The truth is, the physical tools are often equal. What gives you the edge isn't your mechanics, it's what's going on in between your ears. The ability to stay confident, focused, and mentally in control. That's what separates the good from great. When the game speeds up, when the crowd gets louder, and the pressure builds, the guys who've trained these mental skills don't flinch. They stay locked in, they adjust, they respond. So don't wait until the postseason, don't wait until the game's on the line to start thinking about your mindset. Train it like your swing. Practice it like your throwing program. Build it one rep, one pitch, one phrase at a time. Because confidence isn't just something you either have or don't. It's something you build, and just like anything worth building, it takes intention, repetition, and belief.
Sounds easy to just say stay positive. Just stay positive. I mean, what does that really mean, you know? And negativity is going to enter your mind. It's inevitable. But, I mean, I think it's just important to just cheer yourself on. Like, sometimes when I've made errors out there and you see my mouth moving, I'm like, all right, come on, buddy. You're good. You're good. Keep going. You got to keep going. Ready for the next one. And it's hard. Like, it's hard to cheer yourself on. It's really easy to just sulk, right? It's really hard to cheer yourself on. But I think that energy and that effort that you put in cheering yourself on makes you feel better. And nobody's going to treat you better than you, you know? And as a kid, I know nobody's going to understand that. But really, it's just be your own best friend. Like, be able to sit in a room and be one with yourself. And that sounds so weird to tell a kid, but I mean, that's what I would tell my younger self, and I would let myself figure it out.